Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anupam Prakash, Assistant Professor, Department of Life Sciences, SPAS. So this is my first lecture on the topic Introduction to Microbiology under the course of Introduction to Microbial World, and this lecture basically focused on the field of microbiology, how the microbiology become a discipline for the study and what are the scopes of this subject. Prerequisite for this topic is this topic required some basic knowledge of understanding for further in knowledge, which is the fundamental knowledge on biology and basic concept of microbiology up to graduate level. So now come to the objective of this topic. So the main objective of this topic is to understand the basic terminology of microbiology, how it evolves, and the fundamental aspects of, or you can say, the various disciplines or the scope or the future. If you study the microbiology courses, then what are the futures and what are the fields that you are going to pursue for your career or for higher education. Now come to the introduction of microbiology. The term microbiology came from the Greek word which means the micro, which means small, bios means life, and logia means the study. So the microbiology is the branch of science that study the microorganism, microscopic organism that includes in particular of bacteria, a large group of very small cells that have enormous basic and practical significance. Example: bacteria, viruses, fungi, protozoa, and helminthes. The term microbiology was coined by Louis Pasteur, a French chemist. The field of microbiology basically come into importance and showed the development after 1850. Microbiology considered all aspects of microbial cells, including their structure, metabolism, diversity, genetics and evolution, ecology, and roles of infectious diseases. Now come to the history of microbiology. If you're talking about the history, the physics began in the ancient times, mathematics ever earlier, but the knowledge of tiny living things, their biology and their impact on human lives have only been around since the late 19th century. Until about the 1880s, people still believed that life could form out of thin air and that sickness was caused by sins or bad odor. Opinion about why disease afflicted people differed between culture and parts of society, and the treatment differed as well. Diseases were thought to be caused by bad smells, treated by removing or masking the offending odor, an imbalance in the humor of the body, treated with bleeding, sweating, and vomiting. Sins and of the soul, treated with prayer and the rituals. Although the concept of the contagion was known, it wasn't attributed to tiny living creature but to bad odors or spirit such as the devil. So after that, the existence of microscopic organism was discovered during the period 1665 to 83 by the two fellows of Royal Society, that is Robert Hooke and Anton von Leeuwenhoek, in Micrographia. Hooke presented the first published depiction of microorganism, the microfungus nucleus. Later, Leeuwenhoek observed and described microscopic protozoa and bacteria. These important revelations were made possible by the ingenuity of Hooke and Leeuwenhoek in fabricating the using simple microscope that magnified object from about 25-fold to 250 folds. Soon after, the Dutch amateur biologist Anton van Leeuwenhoek observed what he called animalcules with the use of his homemade microscope. Anton van Leeuwenhoek, a Delft, Holland scientist, was the first person who observed and accurately described microorganisms, that is, bacteria and protozoa. He called them as animalcules, that means the little animals, in year 1676. Actually, he was a Dutch linen merchant, but spent much of his spare time constructing simple microscope composed of double convex lens held between two silver plates. He constructed over 250 small powerful microscopes that could magnify around 50 to 300 times. So Leeuwenhoek was the first person to produce precise and correct description of bacteria and protozoa using a microscope he made himself. Because of this extraordinary contribution to microbiology, he is considered as the father of microbiology. Now we look into that the scope of microbiology, or what are the field that we use microbiology. So if we're talking about that in microbiology typically includes the study of immune system or immunology. So generally immune system interacts with pathogenic microbes. These two disciplines often intersect, which is why many colleges offer the paired degree such as microbiology and immunology. Now come to the importance of microbiology. These microbes plays a very crucial role in nutrient cycles, biodegradation, climate change, food spoilage, the cause and the control of diseases, and biotechnology. They make up more than 60% of the Earth's living matter, and scientists estimate that 2 to 3 billion species share the planet with us. Also, some microbial cells break organic matters and recycle nutrients such as carbon and nitrogen that are necessary for life on Earth. So the importance included in the medical science, which deals with the uh, importance of microorganisms in various diseases, in environmental science, its role in the nutrient cycles, biodegradation, and climate change. In food industry, the high throughput production of various nutrient from the microorganism, and in everyday life, like the production of curd in everyone's home with the help of microorganism. For example, the microorganisms which are responsible for the synthesis of or the formation of curd is lactobacillus bacteria. So in continuation of microbiology in pathogens, so microbiology includes a broad term which includes virology, mycology, parasitology, bacteriology, immunology, and other branches. A microbiologist is a specialist in microbiology and these related topics. So any one of the topics that might in concern. So anyone, if he or she is expertise in any of these fields, so he or she is considered as a microbiologist with expertise in particular field, either it is virology, mycology, and so on. So a microbiological procedure usually must be aseptic and use a variety of tools such as light microscope with a combination of stain and dyes, as microbes are absolutely required for most facets of human life, including the air we breathe and the food we eat, and are potential cause of many human disease. Microbiology is paramount for human society. So research in microbiology field is expanding, and you all know during the course of COVID pandemic that it is totally dependent on the microbiological procedure and the expertise. So in coming year we should see the demand for microbiologists in the workforce increases. It is estimated that only about 1% of the microorganisms present in given environmental samples are culturable, and number of bacterial cells and species on Earth is still not possible to determine. Recent estimates indicates that this number might be extremely high and high at 5 to the power of 30. So although microbes are directly observed over 300 years ago, that precise determination, quantitation and description of this function is far from complete given the overwhelming diversity detected by genetic and culture independent means. So come to the incontinuation of scope of microbiology. Okay? So the first field that has a major implication of microbiology, that is called the applied microbiology, in which the microbiology considered as the study of microbes, which affects almost every aspect of life on earth. In addition, there are huge commercial and medicinal benefit in understanding microbes. The application of this understanding is known as applied microbiology. There are many different of type of applied microbiology which can be briefly defined in the following form. The first category or the field that you can say, that is the medical microbiology. That is one of the major applied field of microbiology. So medical microbiology is the study of pathogenic microbes and the role of microbes in human illness, and this includes the study of microbial pathogenesis and epidemiology, and is related to the study of disease pathology and immunology. Then come to the pharmaceutical microbiology. So the study of microorganisms that are related to the production of antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins, vaccines, and other pharmaceutical products. So pharmaceutical microbiology also studies the cause of pharmaceutical contamination and spoilage of product. Now come to the industrial microbiology. So the exploitation of microbes or the use of microbes for the production of industrial process or the product. For example, including industrial fermentation and wastewater treatment. And there are n number of industrial implication of microorganism, like see in the food microbiology also. So they are interlinked with the different type of industries, so closely linked with the biotechnology fields. And this fields also includes brewing, an important application of microbiology. Microbial biotechnology, so the manipulation of microorganism at the genetic and molecular level to generate useful product of our concern. Microbiology and dairy microbiology. So the study of our microorganism causing food spoilage and foodborne illness. So microorganism can produce food, for example, by the fermentation, and the microorganism are also responsible for the spoilage of food and the dairy products. So under this scope, we study the microorganisms which are helpful as well as harmful. So agricultural microbiology is the next scope, that is the study of agriculturally relevant microorganism. So this field can be further classified into the following subfield, like the plant microbiology and the plant pathology. So it includes the study of the interaction between microorganism and plant pathogens. So soil microbiology, so the study of those microorganisms that are found in the soil. Veterinary microbiology, so the study of and the role in microbes in veterinary medicine or animal taxonomy. Environmental microbiology includes the study and the function of and the diversity of microbes in their natural environments. This involves the characterization of the key bacterial habitats such as rhizospheres and phylospheres, soil and ground ecosystems, open ocean or extreme environments, that includes the extremophiles. And the fields includes other branches of microbiology such as microbial ecology, that is it mediated microbially mediated nutrient cycles, geomicrobiology, microbial diversity, water microbiology, the study of microorganisms those are present in water, aeromicrobiology, that includes the airborne microorganisms, and the epidemiology, the study of and the incidence and the spread of and the control of disease. So now come to the immunological part of the microbiology. So immunization uh, is the process by which an individual immune system becomes fortified against an agent, that is called the immunogen. When the immune system is exposed to molecules that are foreign to the body, it will orchestrate an immune response, and it will also develop the ability to respond quickly to subsequent encounters with the same substance. a phenomenon known as immunological memories. Therefore, by exposing a person to an immunogen is a controlled way that the way the body can learn to protect itself, and this is called the immunization. The antiseptics, so these are the some terms that is where you are come in contact with most frequently in the field of microbiology. The next term is antiseptics. So that antiseptics are the antimicrobial substances that are applied to living tissue to reduce the possibility of infections, sepsis or putrefaction. Their earliest known systematic use was in the ancient practice of embedding the dead bodies in the form of mummies. Antiseptics are generally distinguished from antibiotics by the latter's ability to the transport through the lymphatic systems to destroy bacteria within the body, and from disinfectants which destroy microorganisms found on non-living objects. Some antiseptics are true germicides capable of destroying microbes, while others are bacteriostatics and only prevent or inhibit bacterial growth. So microbicides that destroy viruses particles are called viricides or antivirus. The term antibiotics or antibacterial is a compound or substance that kills or slows down the bacterial growth. The term is often used synonymously with the term antibiotic today. However, with the increased knowledge of the causative agents of various infectious diseases, the term antibiotics has come to denote a broader range of antimicrobial compounds, including antifungal or other compounds. So based on the importance of microbiology, there are some discipline and subdisciplines within the field of microbiology depending upon their importance in certain field. So microbiology is composed of several disciplines, each of which is focused on part of the broader scientists who studied microorganisms called microbiologists, typically specialized in one or more of these areas. For example, the agricultural or soil microbiology deals with the microbial diversity and process in the soils. And aquatic microbiology deals with the microorganism which presents in the water and the wastewater. Biotechnology deals with the microorganism which helps in the high value production of genetically engineered product. Genomics mainly involves the engineered microbes to make hormones, vaccine, antibiotics, and many other useful products for human beings. Industrial microbiology deals with the large-scale production of antibiotics and commodity chemicals. Medical microbiology deals with the study of the pathogenic microorganism which cause diseases. So we can understand the process of disease, pathogenicity, and how to get over it from that disease. Microbial biochemistry deals with the enzyme chemical reaction in the cell and the structural biology. Similarly, the molecular biology deals with the nucleic acid and the protein and the genetic information processing is in the microorganism, and the virology which is specific to the study of virus and the subviral particle. These are the references that used for preparation of this lecture.